Hey there, it's Tina Forsyth here. So last week, myself, Dan and Tiffany, of course, Dan, my husband, a business partner, Tiffany, who is my business manager, we sat down and talked about our core values as a company. And this was really interesting to me because, of course, from a personal perspective, I've been pretty aware of my values for years now. Personal development work I did back in the day, whatever, etc. I've always been really clear on that. But something started to pop up over the summer where I was kind of seeing certain situations come up where other people on the team were making decisions about things that were not what I want to be for the company, if that makes sense, right? Like they were doing things and deciding things differently than how I would have wanted to decide them, or how I would want to take care of or handle certain situations and challenges. And it kind of hit me. It's like, oh, you know what? We need to really hone in on our core values, right? We really need to create this list of like what we take a stand on, what we hold dear for ourselves, right? Because not only is that a statement to our clients per se, but more importantly, it becomes a touchstone for making decisions in the business. It becomes something to refer to when maybe challenges arise or situations come up or we need to make big picture decisions in any way, shape, or form, right? So Tiffany and Dan and I, of course, had some fun and put a starting list together. I wanted to share this with you guys. I'm not going to say it's 100% written in stone. I suspect we're going to change and evolve it over time, right? But it was actually a really fun process to go through because it forced us to kind of take a look at, hey, what are we really taking a stand on here? First and foremost, care. And it was funny, right? Because we were talking around this for a while. It's kind of like, we just want to let people know that we're really in their back, in their court. And we're really, we want to help them move forward. And it's really important to us to serve them that way and blah, blah, blah. All these kind of things. And I think it was Tiffany who was like, we care. We care about our clients, right? We do. And this is always something I've held near and dear in my heart all through the years, regardless of what work I've done. And likewise, everyone on the team, we actually really, really care about people. And that helps to drive decisions and such that come up from time to time, right? For example, we had someone recently with a package they purchased that was supposed to be done in a certain time frame, hadn't been hearing back from them at all, finally heard back from them and they were like, this and that went on and we have a bunch of things going on and, we need a bit of an extension here. Can we do that? The answer is yes, we can. And because we care about their success, if you were to look at it black and white and be like, well, the package you bought said it needed to be done in this amount of time frame and we didn't hear from you, blah, 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 so done, right? I totally get that. I totally get what that is from like a black and white perspective, but that's not caring about somebody. That's not being able to say, yes, we need to support you in this way. And yes, that's fine. And I'm not talking about breaking boundaries and bending over backwards and setting yourself up for all of that stuff. You can care about people without breaking your boundaries, right? You can care about people without going overboard in that sense, right? But actually really caring about people. Another one of our core values is to like give the unexpected. How can we go a little step further? How can we surprise somebody with something? How can we give more than people expect, right? And in some ways this is defined in some of our programs. For example, with our Infusionsoft packages, yes, we give the standard stuff that many people offer in the Kickstart packages. We also include our training programs. We also include a strategy session. We put some really extra things in there that we believe are very important, of course, to help people succeed, but they're also good little bonuses, if you will, for others as well, too, right? Even in our things like our mentorship programs, I love to like send a book here and there to people or a little surprise or a gift or whatever from time to time. I think those things can go a really, really long way when it comes to core values. Another core value, only work with clients that we are excited about supporting. Do not work with clients just for the money. And this is a toughie, I know, for some people, right? And I think especially when you're in the earlier stages of your business, this might be more of a challenge. But I've found, especially as our business has grown and especially when we're at the stage we're at now, if we can't be excited about working with a client, we cannot serve them. And a lack of excitement about somebody, to me, is a sign that that person is meant to work with someone else. So if we can't be excited about someone, supporting them in whatever way, shape, or form through our various programs, trainings, packages, workshops, mentorships, etc., right? This is actually something that's really important to us. Are we excited about this client? Are we like thrilled? We can't wait to dig in and help them out. If the answer is no, then we're not going to work with that person. Right? That's something we really commit to. I love this one too, and it really is very true for us. One of our core values is we will nag, but not drag. So I have no problem nagging people for things. And anyone who's ever worked with me over the years will know it's like, I have no problem nagging with you. You said you'd have this done by this date. Let's get it done. Where are you at? We're not hearing from you. We're checking in. How are you doing, etc. Right? I believe this is really important. We all need someone to kind of give us a loving nag from time to time, right? So we will certainly nag people. We will certainly, check in and work with them and all of that. But we can't drag you to your success. So if we're not hearing from somebody, we're going to check in. We're going to follow up. We're going to pick up the phone if we need to, etc. But at the same time, we can't drag you. We can't drag you to it, right? So, we're here to nag, but we can't drag, which I think is a great fun one. That's almost a bumper sticker, isn't it? Nag, not drag. Deliver things you can use today. And this is something really important, I know, to me anytime I do a training program, even if it's like a freebie, a live stream, a seminar, a teleclass or something, any like manifestos I write, any books I write, anything like that. It's always been my objective to give you things you can use today. I get that feedback a lot from people too. Tina, I can actually use things that you give me. You're not just talking about fluff. You're not just talking about concepts, etc. And, it's part of who I am, essentially, too. But as a business, it's really, really important to us. We want to be giving people things that you can take and use today that can actually move you forward in whatever way, shape, or form. Very, very important. And one of our final ones that we've come up with so far is to take the simplest path. If things get complicated, if we're ever in doubt, if something's coming up and it's turning into this big mess and all of that, it's like, how can we take the simple path here? We just had, for example, a project Tiffany and I were working on where we tried to do this and we tried to do that and we tried to do all these other kind of things. And you know what the simple path was? Do we really need this? Not really. It's a nice to have, not necessary. Done. Let's scrap it. That's the simple path, right? When I'm working with clients and there's all these things that get complex, and especially with systems and team and revenue streams and putting this and that together and blah, blah, blah. That stuff can get really complex for people, right? What's the simple path? Let's cut through and make this as simple as possible. Because that is just, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm a simpleton at heart. I like to keep things simple, and we take a stand on that as a company as well, too. So those are ours. Those are our core values so far. I would love, love, love to hear yours. Even if you have them already defined, would love to hear them. If it's something you're starting to play around with, would love to hear your thoughts and ideas. I just think it's such a fun topic, right? And it gives something that we can really come home to, if you will, in the business now. So it's Tina Forsyth here. Until next time, take care, everyone. Bye now.